Russian Avant Garde. The Russian Avant Garde was a dynamic and influential art movement that emerged in the early 20th century, particularly around the time of the Russian Revolution in 1917. This movement encompassed various forms of artistic expression, including visual arts, literature, theater, and graphic design. The avant-garde artists sought to break away from traditional artistic conventions and explore innovative ways of representing the rapidly changing social and political landscape of Russia. The Russian avant-garde was closely tied to the revolutionary spirit of the time. Many artists believed in the power of art to contribute to societal change and the construction of a new, utopian society. This connection between art and revolution is evident in manifestos, writings, and the choice of subject matter in their works. Key features of the Russian avant-garde in the early 1920s include Suprematism, developed by artist Kazimir Malevich. Suprematism focused on the use of basic geometric shapes like squares and circles. Suprematist artists believed in the supremacy of pure artistic feeling over the depiction of objects from the real world. Constructivism. This was a significant movement within the Russian avant-garde, particularly in the visual arts and architecture. Artists such as Vladimir Tatlin and Aleksandr Rodchenko played crucial roles in the development of constructivism. The movement emphasized the use of geometric shapes, industrial materials, and a focus on functionality. Constructivist artists aimed to create art that served a social or political purpose. Futurism. Russian Futurism was another influential movement within the avant-garde, influenced by the broader European futurist movement. Russian futurists, such as Vladimir Klebnikov and Vladimir Mayakovsky, were poets who experimented with language and form, creating a dynamic and often chaotic style that reflected the energy of the time. Notable artists of Russian Futurism were also the painter, illustrator and set designer Natalia Goncharova, the painter Mikhail Layanov and the poet and painter David Berliuk. Experimental theater. The Russian avant-garde extended its influence to the realm of theater. Directors like Vsevolod Meyerhold and artists like Kazimir Malevich and Lyubov Popova collaborated on innovative set designs and performances that aimed to break down the barriers between the audience and the stage. Literature. The avant-garde also had a significant impact on Russian literature. Writers like Vladimir Mayakovsky and Vladimir Klebnikov experimented with language, typography, and form in their poetry. Mayakovsky, for example, was known for his dynamic and politically charged verses. The Russian avant-garde was not only an artistic movement but also a reflection of the political and social upheavals of the time. It was a period of experimentation, idealism, and a belief in the transformative power of art. However, as the political climate in the Soviet Union shifted, many avant-garde artists faced challenges and suppression under the more conservative artistic policies that emerged in the later 1920s and 1930s.